Pros and cons of living in Santa Clarita. Have you been thinking about moving to the Santa Clarita area? Santa Clarita is just 30 minutes north of downtown Los Angeles and is centrally located to everything in Los Angeles, home to Six Flags Magic Mountain and Hurricane Harbor. I was born and raised here in Santa Clarita and also raised my 2 children here. Boy, have I seen it grow. I remember wishing that there would be some more restaurants and begged for a shopping mall so we wouldn't have to drive to the valley for shopping. With a blink of an eye, Santa Clarita now has a large mall, shopping centers, many wonderful restaurants, and so many fun things to see and do. It has evolved to the most wonderful city. Let's dive into some pros of living in Santa Clarita. There are countless activities to do in Santa Clarita. If you love the outdoors, this just may be the city for you. There is biking, hiking, and even 2 lakes where you can take your boat out or even just have a swim and picnic. The city of Santa Clarita has a great website for street biking and mountain biking that is an interactive map showing you all the trails and even has suggestions of some bike rides to take. You can find this great tool at bikesantaclarita.com. If you love to hike, there are many trails in Santa Clarita. The city of Santa Clarita has done a great job of preserving local green space. Hikers will find woodlands, wildlife, and seclusion. I think it's one of the best things to do here in Santa Clarita. There are approximately 80 picturesque trails to enjoy, and one of my favorites is Towsley Canyon Hike. It's a moderately difficult loop trail that brings you up to the top of the mountain ridge. On your way down the trail travels a stream as it passes through a narrow canyon. There are 2 trails, so if you want an easy hike or a more difficult hike, you have choices here. To get here, just take the old road south from Santa Clarita and pull into Ed Davis Park and go and have some fun. There is 1 lake in Santa Clarita and one just a hop, skip, and jump away. Castaic Lake is Santa Clarita's local lake that has 2 bodies of water. The lower lake is for non-power boating and canoeing. You can swim here from May to mid-September. The upper lake is for power boating, water, and jet skiing along with fishing. The lake is stocked with bass, trout, and catfish. They do have boat rentals and a tackle bait shop. There's also Pyramid Lake, which I have such fond memories of, my parents waking my sister and I up before the sun even ever came out to go get in line. We would wait until they started to allow boats on the water, just so we could be the first ones out and be able to ski on glass. Pyramid Lake is located near Interstate 5 and just 20 miles north of Magic Mountain Parkway exit. They offer boating, fishing, jet skiing, and picnic areas, including 5 unique sites that are accessible only by boat. I think this is one of my favorite pros, and this is our Paseo System. There are over 20 miles of these paseos that tie the community together and are completely separate from its road system, running under and over busy streets with covered bridges and tunnels. I love how you can walk, bike, or jog on these paseos and never have to worry about your kids riding next to or on a busy street. These paseos are easily accessible from many of the neighborhoods found at the end of a cul-de-sac or a park. I loved taking my kids on the paseos when they were younger. We would ride, get some ice cream, or go and have lunch and ride back home. Such great memories. Whether you are on the move or you just want to sit down on a bench and enjoy the beautifully landscaped paseos, it's so great to have these in our own backyard. Another pro on my list is safety. Buyers always want to know about safety if moving to a new area. Did you know that Santa Clarita is one of the safest cities in California? The crime rate is 57% below the national average, and property crime is 55% lower. In addition, violent crimes in the city are 67% below the national average. This city is safer than 70% of the cities in the country, and crime is still being reduced. So, if you're looking for a safe city to live in, you should definitely consider Santa Clarita. I do love the fact that we are very close to the proximity of Los Angeles. LA is only 30 minutes away by car, so you can enjoy all that LA has to offer, like entertainment, ball games, and some fun restaurants. Many residents work in Los Angeles, and if they don't want to take their car, they can jump on the Metrolink. Why not take a good book with you and just relax? I would say the weather in Santa Clarita is a pro. Many people move to Southern California for the weather. Santa Clarita is one city that gets to enjoy lovely weather. We have an average of 280 days of Mr. Sunshine annually. The weather is usually mild, sunny, but never too hot compared to desert areas in California. The rainy season here is between December and March. Those who live in higher elevations may at some time see a little snow. With most residents being families and young professionals, Santa Clarita is a very kid-friendly city. We have some of the best schools in the state. 6 school districts in the city, and some schools are part of the top 10% of best schools in California. I would say that's a big pro. Not every city has all pros, so now let's talk about some cons. Southern California cities do come with high prices, and that does include Santa Clarita. To live here, you do need to be earning well to enjoy living in the city. The cost of living in Santa Clarita is 47% above the national average. Key word here is national. Not to worry though, because the cost of living in Santa Clarita does not exceed the California average. Truth is, the most basic commodities here are cheaper than the California average. Hi, I'm Kim Bloch here, Realtor in Santa Clarita. I love meeting buyers and sellers and helping them along their journey. If you are enjoying this video, make sure to hit that little bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. This helps my channel grow, which makes me a very happy girl. Let's talk about housing. Housing here is a bit on the pricey side if you are judging by nation standards. The average priced home in Santa Clarita as of this recording is $750,000, which is just a tad over the California average. So really, you're not paying too much for a home here. Let's talk about transportation. You do really need to have a car here in our city. 76.6% of residents drive their cars to work and only 35% take mass transit. If you do want to be part of the 3%, the city of Santa Clarita does offer 9 local bus routes in the city. There is also a commuter express service, Metrolink, and a local rail service. You can also choose Uber, Lyft, and local taxis. The city has a walking score of 35 and a bike score of 33. It has no transit score, so I would put this on my cons list. I would add that being a car-dependent city, it's almost impossible to avoid traffic unless you avoid rush hours and learn the major thoroughfares in the city, which once you are here for a while, you'll have those all figured out. I'm putting that on my cons list. Are we prone to natural disasters here in Santa Clarita? We do experience the occasional wildfire, drought, earthquakes, mudslides, and flooding. This is not just Santa Clarita in particular. They generally affect this part of California. There are claims that about 10,000 earthquakes happen in this area annually, but most of them aren't even noticeable. I have been through a couple big ones here, and they certainly aren't fun, but I don't know of many places where you don't have some sort of disaster. I guess that's old Mother Nature, and she isn't very nice sometimes. Let's face it, no city is perfect, but I think Santa Clarita comes awful close to it. There are so many great qualities, and honestly, the negative ones are very manageable. You may just want to call Santa Clarita your home. So if you're thinking of moving to Santa Clarita, it might just be the best decision for you. You get to live and work in a city that CNN Money magazine calls one of the best places to live in California. In less than 30 years, the city of Santa Clarita has established an enviable balance between quality of life and quality infrastructure and amenities. And we hope you'll all agree that our award-winning schools, special events, businesses, parks, extensive trail systems, and arts and culture and recreation programs are just a few of the reasons our residents and business owners wouldn't want to live or work anywhere else in the state. Now here's a great video called Which Area to Live in Santa Clarita. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 6 neighborhoods of Santa Clarita.